You didn't watch the women's final
No, I didn't.
championship game?
I didn't. I was busy all day today. I was running around doing errands. I didn't even watch it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't even watch it.
But dog, this whole build up, you watched all the other ones and stuff like this whole build up for the championship game. You didn't watch the championship game?
Yeah, I honestly, I forgot they even played today. I'm not even gonna hold you. I
Hey,
completely
son,
forgot about it. I
that was
completely forgot
crazy.
about it. But it's. I mean, I was doing stuff. I wasn't even thinking about the men's championship. Like I realized today, I was like, oh, they may play
Clearly.
tomorrow. Yeah, like they may play tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
South Carolina won, dog.
yeah, I know. I already knew they was gonna win. I already knew. Like you don't have to tell me
Oh,
that.
that's who you would have put your money on in South
Oh,
Carolina for sure?
absolutely. I would put a
Yeah.
ban on South Carolina.
Yeah, I saw them
But they're
playing and
unbeatable.
they played way. So one of the things that's weird to me about some women's basketball is like their body movement or what aren't as like moving fluid. They're not liquid with it.
Because they're not athletic. It's more skill. It's a lot of skill with
South
because
Carolina,
but South
some of
Carolina
those
got some
players
hoopers that
are just like
they got
liquid and
a
just
little bit
like
more nimble.
you
Yeah.
don't see the hitch in all their step. Like when there's one shooter for Iowa, I don't remember what her name is, but like you could tell when she's gonna shoot. She always has this hitch and like set in position and then shoot like with whatever with the technique that she's taught with. There's never any. There's not a lot of the like off the dribble shoot kind of joint. It's almost like predictable.
Okay.
It's which where you would think that would be more smoother than dudes, but I guess they just focus so much on the technical and the fundamental that they get to where they're not their rhythm is like a little stiff,
Iowa.
a little.
I mean, but Iowa, they really only got one player, bro. Like
No, no,
and there's
that one center, they got that black girl, that one center. She's nice.
eh,
She runs up and down the court. She gets
I
at
mean, yeah,
least like 11 points, at
she get up
least
and
11.
down, but not like South Carolina got hoopers though.
But this one, and that's what the whole point I was saying is that. But when I watch South Carolina play, and when you see them play Iowa, when you go watch the game, when you go on YouTube and watch the game,
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm
like
gonna watch it.
they just
Hey, I'm
seem
tweaking. I
like
didn't realize they played
hoopers,
today.
bro. They're like they
Yeah,
moving their body right. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They'll freaking spin off and then with the freaking the freaking reverse layup kind of thing,
Mm,
just like
mm,
smoothly with it.
mm.
And it, but it was a game. It was a good game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. And I'm like, okay, it looks like it probably was closer
Yo,
than what the
that's the
final
third.
score.
That's the third championship for what's her name? Is it Staley? Is that her name?
Don. Is it Don Staley or Don?
Yeah, Don Staley, I think it is.
I think it's
But yeah, three. That's three championships for her, man.
yeah, Don Staley. Yeah,
So shout out to her, man. That's
that's
like great
dope.
coaches that's gonna go down in like the history of the
Yeah,
joint. You know what I mean?
she's definitely a heck of a coach, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
freaking
She
legendary.
got South Carolina popping too, man. Like
Hmm.
South Carolina been a strong program for the past 10 years. South Carolina been a strong 10, 15 years, really. They've been a pretty strong program.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
And they team was hella black too, by the way. Their team looked like
I do
their team was
appreciate
hella
that.
black. Their
I
team
do
was hella
appreciate that. Like I ain't gonna lie.
black.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was looking, I was like, man, them black girls ain't gonna let them.
Hold on, man. Here's a take.
Them black girls they go.
Here's a crazy take. Here's a crazy take. Here's a crazy take. I got something. All right.
Mm,
They be talking about, okay, what's your most unpopular take, right? Like
mm,
and that you wouldn't say out loud on the microphone, but I got a microphone. I'm gonna say it.
mm.
Shout out to racism a little bit.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's
Hey, Loki.
crazy. That's bro. That is this. This could not have
Where am
started
I
off
going?
worse.
Yo,
This
it
could
only,
not start
hey,
off
it only
worse.
gets better. It only gets better. Yo, it only gets better.
Then
Hey, when I
the
talk
thing,
about
the
when I
thing,
talk about better, I'm talking about going low.
the thing that immediately came to my mind when he said that, I was like, I feel like affirmative action is gonna show its head in some way, shape, or form.
Yo, so what they did is when Iowa played LSU, bro, that subtext of race was so thick and heavy. Oh,
Yeah.
and they even called the LSU women.
Angel Reese was getting some
Angel Reese
crazy flack.
getting flamed, getting crazy
Mhm,
flack. They
mhm.
called them villains. They called them bayou debutantes. Like making them seem like this insidious because they black. And these on the Iowa side were these hero figures. I mean, these
Yeah.
angelic, freaking graceful people that's happened over in Iowa, and it was all the subtext of the racism that's just part of the lifeblood of America.
Mm.
But yo, they got some eyeballs on that show though. We watched that joint. That joint did better numbers.
Yeah, it did very good numbers. Yeah,
better numbers than all the men's side right now, right? It probably ain't gonna do. I don't know. Dude, I don't even know if the men's side, like Purdue, you seen Purdue in the championship game versus what they just did
Purdue,
in
they play
LSU and Iowa. They play tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. When they play tomorrow, like when LSU played Iowa, they're not gonna beat those numbers. That men's championship game is not gonna beat those numbers.
Yeah, because of the figures that were in that game for sure. Yeah,
exactly, and because of the whole
narrative,
dynamic of the whole narrative of the racial component that was part of that joint.
It's gonna get a lot of numbers, but because of that narrative, yeah,
right. And so when we're talking about what is it about the women's game, WNBA or the
viewership,
it's the viewership. But what you're not leaning into is the fact that it's entertainment. Like these people got to get off their high horse. I'm talking about from all around, from track and field, which I've been advocating. Turn track and field into the WWE. Yo, cats should be talking mad trash. Cats should be having personalities. They should be like on Entourage.
Bro, they do be talking crazy in track and field.
No, they should be having reality shows and them talk. They should be like rap beefs.
Really?
It should be like rap beef. I'm talking about WWE type joint where like you come out with like with just like with like music, your own music. You got flares in joint.
They kind of,
and after that joint, you gotta have a referee. You gotta have a referee at the end of a track meet because I'm gonna get in your face and be like, "You trash!" And like show it. Go straight into the WWE mode.
They have the referee have to
break it up. Have to UFC that joint, break it up.
They kind of got, but it's usually the gold medal rounds, stuff like that. Like the championship rounds, they do that where they have like
everybody coming out of each other up. Everybody dap each other up. If you mad that people don't even know when the Worlds happens, when what's going on, or when the Olympic
I'll be on top of that.
On,
I'll watch track and field.
We be on top of that. But if you want these track athletes who the only people that's making money is the top track athlete.
The top guy. That's a fact.
Everybody else is funding their own training camp just to make it to trials, right? Just to make it to invite some in one of these invites, right? And so if you build into the character and just let these characters be like, just be freaking like, I want to see football players on steroids in the NFL, like all of them. I want massive freaking foreheads and everything. I want these guys to be like 350 running 4.2, dog. And just niggas just like,
bro,
smash, right? Like, so just like all of that to say, what happened with that women's game with LSU and Iowa was it created a spectacle. It's freaking entertainment, yo.
Yeah.
When we go to the movie theater, it's entertainment. When we listen to these albums, that's entertainment. All right. Nice. None of this stuff is intrinsically of any worth. Art, even on the wall, all these kinds of things that we're talking about, there's no intrinsic. A doctor freaking amputating somebody's leg so they don't catch gangrene, that's bringing value. A teacher who is literally teaching science and math to a student, that has intrinsic value. These things that we're doing, putting a freaking ball in the hoop, let's stop it. Let's stop it. Stop acting like it's more important. Yeah, okay, there's jobs, but all of those are just freaking fruit from the tree of the absurdity. And we just created an industry around it. Let's build these big stadiums, these big arenas, so we can do this mundane thing that's a child's game. Okay, so just lean into it. Your entertainment, lean into it. What happened with the whole racism play? It created a narrative. It created this whole reality TV show kind of feeling of it all. We're following the press conferences and everything. We're following the social medias, just see what's going on. What's the story going to be? You know, and all this stuff. All the way to the point at the end where Andrew Reese is in the press conference, you know what I mean? And we see the drama that's happening there with her homegirl coming out for support her and all that kind of stuff too. So it's like, yo, just let it do what it do. Women like reality shows already anyways. Just turn the damn thing into a reality show.
That would definitely help. It would
you get the eyeballs.
The narrative, the narrative definitely would help the viewership, I think, for sure. Yeah.
Straight up. And you ain't gotta be like the lingerie NFL. They came out with like a women's football league and they put them all in freaking lingerie.
Yeah.
It was the most that's not even compelling. That's the most caveman effort of it all. The most caveman effort.
It is a big caveman. That's too easy. That is too easy.
Straight knuckle dragging, way too easy. Like, bro,
Yeah, that's too easy.
give
That
some
is
good
easy.
writers. Like we know you're talking about the NBA script. Yo, go ahead, script the WNBA, bro. Do it. Like let them play for real, but like let the drama actually play out. Like I want like somebody like Draymond. Like, I'm sorry, Gilbert Arenas. If I'm Gilbert Arenas, Draymond cannot step on the court again. Next time I see that fool's on site.
Yeah.
And the NBA should show that bit. But no, you know what happens? Next time they get on the court, they all, you know what I mean, dapping up again, acting like they don't.
With the NBA, man, you got to play the game though, man. That politicking is real, bro. That politicking is real. I understand what you're saying.
WWE, WWF, bro. Like they got fans too. The thing is, people know, like, yo, it's people but know. But you know what? It's not real wrestling. That's actually low key entertainment.
That's actually low key what the NBA fell off of, honestly, because the NBA was actually pretty good with narratives. That's why those battles in the 90s, early 2000s with like Jordan and all those guys. That's why it was so. That's why the NBA became so great because of the narratives they had. And with LeBron and the Steph rivalry and all those and KD, like, but the NBA fell off on that for a bit, man. And it's been more about because athletes have been more about like their own persona. Social media has been part of that because they're trying to build their own persona, you know that. So the NBA doesn't have
individualized. It's individualized podcasts. It's like that. There's no like big story that's going on in the NBA. Like this player is actually trying to, you know what I mean, like go after this other player because of some legacy.
It is too friendly. It is too friendly. I will say
it's all friendly. There's no drama. Yeah. It's like, no, I'm not just here for the sport. I'm not just here for the ball going to hoop. I want the story. It's entertainment. Sports is just men's soap opera. It's really all it is. And we have a few characters every once in a while that give us the thing that we want fully. You know, these characters like McGregor, these characters like Mayweather.
Yeah,
you know, Usain Bolt a little bit. You kind of want to follow his, you know what I mean? What is he up to now? What's he doing now? What's he got going on? You know, and then all these Americans that are like the way they're training to try to like catch him, you know, and all kind of stuff. So like just lean into it is fine. Even in tennis with freaking Djokovic, you know, like being the bad guy, you know what I mean? Federer and all, but like Federer kind of like boring. He was just good on the court and everything. But like Djokovic is one that gave us something to like, even when tennis wasn't going on, you're checking in on tennis because you're checking in on Djokovic.
Yeah.
You know, or even Simone Biles. You know, just there's plenty of examples of it working. All this pure crap you're gonna go by the way of baseball. That's why motherfuckers don't play baseball, don't watch baseball, because they're too stuck to the purity of the damn thing and just like, oh, we're above entertainment. Like, stop, okay, stop. Yeah, you ain't that nice.
Vontae Davis died. He is the younger brother of Vernon Davis, who was a tight end, most notably known as the tight end for the San Francisco 49ers. And Vontae Davis.
Vontae used to be a Dolphin, man.
Yeah, Vontae he was also a Pro Bowler. I think he had like two Pro Bowls. So Vontae Davis he played pretty high level football at the DB position. So corny, he did play for the Dolphins. I think he actually retired during a halftime game. And it was
not with the Dolphins though.
Not with the Dolphins. He was with the Bills, actually. He was with the Bills. He retired. Let's see here. Yeah, at halftime, he was like, "Yeah, I can't do it anymore." That was his 10th season. His older brother.
Hey, but shout out to him to realizing that, you know, hey, I can't do it
he knew
anymore.
his body just couldn't. Yeah, he probably realized.
Did you see how he died?
So they're still haven't put out like official reports on how he died. But there is low key like a interview that Vernon Davis had with the Daily Mail. And there's some apparently a little bit of a new insight on what could have possibly contributed to it. So apparently, according to him, to Vernon Davis, he said that Vontae may have collapsed or slipped moments after he stepped out of a sauna. Right? Vontae Davis' ex-wife, she believes that how he died has to do with CTE. Vernon Davis was like, I don't really believe that, but that's what that's what Vontae Davis's ex-wife said. Though she thinks it has something.
Sudden death.
Yeah, she said CTE. She believes that CTE has something to do with it. It played some kind of factor.
Dude, that's weird. That's interesting. I mean, you know, he might have had CTE and he died.
And he died. That doesn't mean that it was a factor in his death. Yeah,
I haven't heard of sudden death as a result of
As a result,
CTE before.
me neither.
I've heard
Me
of
neither.
suicides, and I've
Yeah.
heard of like people doing something crazy
Yeah, there's a
because
progression
of
for
CTE,
sure. Because of CTE,
but
yeah.
I haven't heard of like all of a sudden you just die,
Like you just
sudden death,
collapse because of yeah.
collapse.
That's I've never heard that either. So
Mm.
that's why I was like when Vernon Davis was like, I don't think so. One of the things that
So he felt coming out of a sauna. Maybe he
yeah, out of a
just
sauna
slipped
apparently. Yeah, they said that
and hit
he
his head.
well he mentioned two different possibilities: collapsed or slipped. So obviously that's two different things, right? So, but that's what Vernon Davis said. That's what he said. As a matter of fact, Vernon Davis said 2 weeks prior to when he found out that his brother died, Vernon was like, I was just at his crib, like chilling with him. I was just at his crib 2 weeks ago. He had his massage therapist there. He had a stretch therapist there, chiropractor, you name it. Like
Taking
he was
care of
like
himself.
taking care of himself. He was like he was in good spirits. There was nothing off about him or whatever. I mean, he was like, I was just with this guy. So Vernon was like, for him, he was shocked. He was like, what? And crazy thing is he found out like, and it's the worst thing where this is your brother, like your blood brother, and you find out about his death like on social media. Like Vernon Davis
That's how
found out like
on social media.
he when everybody when the news went out, that's how he found out. Yeah, and that's kind of crazy. Dave, yes,
own it.
you know how fast Twitter be having. You know what I'm saying? Like people just.
Man.
So he found out like
nothing.
everybody else. Yeah, he didn't even have a chance to like you know what I'm saying like to even receive it from anywhere else. But yeah, he found out just like how everybody else found out. So so he said it was shocking to him, and you know it's just unfortunate when you hear stuff like that because it's like man, bro, like it's so many narratives that people can spin.
Of course, it's gonna be shocking to him.
But
You know
it's
what I mean?
just
That's some wild news to run into, man.
Yeah, and that's you know, and of course, and that's little brother. You know, he ain't no brother wants to see that.
35
brother,
years old, yo.
35 years old, bro.
Young for it to happen.
I'm
Well,
35, it made me feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
it's
dang,
like-
I'm 35, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, and this dude is done.
Haven't even really started living. Haven't really started living for real.
Yeah.
So it's so sad, man, when you hear stuff like this. It's kind of like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
And
so
his
we're sending healing energy to the family.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Prayers up for
and
sure,
rest in
man.
power, my guy. You know, thanks for your you know, we were talking about entertainment. You know, he did this career for my entertainment for a while, especially when I was a Dolphins fan. That's when he
Yeah.
used to play for the Dolphins,
Yeah.
and for him to have come to the realization, even in mid game, to be like, "Yo, this is just for these fools' entertainment, and my body and my mind and
Facts.
is worth more than that." And he
Facts.
was able to walk away from the game, so he showed that strength there. And I hope more players don't wait until they completely just can't
Yeah,
function no more, can't wake up, can't sleep no more, can't
Yeah.
walk up and down stairs, can't pick up their kids no more
Yeah.
before they realize, you know, they may need to hang it up.
Mhm.
You know, there's a life outside of football, there's life outside of sports.